Hello, welcome back. This is Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments. We're going to go through the second case here, which is Riddle on the Rails. We just finished The Fate of Black Peter last time, and so far things are going okay. It's certainly not as engaging as some of the later Frogwares games. One thing that I've noticed is that the newer games contain mechanics that really improve the investigation process in terms of playability as a game, of course. And some of those are present here in this game, which makes it a much better play than Sherlock Holmes versus Jack the Ripper. And of course, we do have the oldest of the Frogwares games coming up after this, and so I don't expect those mechanics to be there. But one thing that is a definite notable improvement between the older games so far and the newer games is the improvement in the writing. It's much more engaging on the newer games. In The Fate of Black Peter, it was a fairly straightforward investigation. We were given some red herring clues. There was only one correct conclusion, and that conclusion certainly made sense, given the motive, means, and opportunity that has to be present in order for there to be a crime. But my problem with the last case is that those red herring clues were never really explained. We were given two major red herring clues with the two other suspects. One of them was the gardener, and that was the footprints, but that's fairly easily explained away. He's the gardener, so there are footprints in the garden. No problem. The other suspect, what was his name? Milligan? His notebook was present at the scene, and there was no, at least as far as I can recall, no explicit explanation for how his notebook ended up there, other than the fact that it said at some point, excuse me, at some point after the murder, the notebook was dropped in the pool of blood. The suspect himself, Milligan, did not know that his notebook was missing, assumed that it was lost somewhere else, so then how did it end up in the pool of blood? He was clearly present at the scene after the murder and didn't report it, and so, just a strange sort of thing that just never really got explained. So let's start Riddle on the Rails and see where this is going. Maybe this one will be a little bit better, and I'm not faulting anyone here. Writing a mystery is incredibly difficult to do in order and keep it, in a way that makes sense overall. So planting red herring clues is something that you have to do, but they have to be explainable via some other means other than, well, they did something that are clearly involved in the crime, kind of a thing.
This trip to the countryside will be good for you, Holmes. As your friend and your doctor, I really do recommend that you give yourself a complete change of scene. Fresh air, brisk walks, bird watching, chopping wood.
Sounds intolerable. Certainly it sounds delightful.
But you haven't yet told me who your friend is, the one we're going to visit.
He is a bee lover.
A bee lover? Do you mean that he keeps bees? That must be Mrs. Hudson, bringing the warm cloth that I requested.
There is someone to see you, Mr. Holmes.
I have no time. Send whoever it is away.
Yes, Holmes, I really think we ought to leave now.
Mycroft.
Sherlock.
Oh, Mr. Holmes? Perhaps you don't remember me. I'm Dr. Watson. We met at the Diogenes Club a few years ago. I documented our encounter in a short story I gave the title The Greek Interpreter.
He does remember you, Watson. My brother remembers everything, and that is why he is so valuable to the government.
We're about to depart for the train station.
I know.
You know?
Sherlock, I need your help. There are people who presently threaten both our country and the Crown itself. You must help us with those methods of yours.
Need help. Those are not words I would readily associate with you, Mycroft.
I wrote you a letter, but you did not reply. And this is not about politics. It's about people. People similar to those whom you pretend to defend in your petty detective affairs.
Everything is about politics with you, Mycroft. I'm not interested. Have some of your agents, your spies, or worse, undertake this job of yours. You are defending your people, and they have little to do with the people I choose to help, I can assure you.
That is the point. You think exactly as they do.
Who are they?
The Merry Men. He is talking about the Merry Men, a band of idealistic terrorists.
Sherlock, do please think about it. They are planning something diabolical. Your country needs you.
You need me, Mycroft, and you are not the country. Although if your waistline expands very much further.
Mrs. Hudson, tea will not be necessary. Dr. Watson, the train conductor, Mr. Parker, is aware that you will be 7 minutes late. You are in the 4th car. The train will be waiting for you. Sherlock, enjoy your time in Staffordshire. And do, please, at least write to me on your return.
What is with the Mycroft and the fat jokes? Is that part of the fiction? I don't recall that being part of the original stories, although maybe I just don't remember them that way. But yeah, lots of fat jokes whenever Mycroft turns around. Oh, I forgot about the input lag. The grotesque murder of the former Captain Peter Carey, known in private as Black Peter, has been resolved. The evidence the Scotland Yard received from a trustworthy source was more than sufficient to conclude that the murderer of Peter Carey was Pablo... Okay, yeah, I remember I chose the protect the murderer ending. I'm fine with it, I suppose. I didn't see a trophy icon. What do I get? I have kept the murder weapon. Yeah, that's normal. Personality ranking. Oh, that's right. Excuse me, I remember reading about that. The earlier Frogwares games would check your choices and give you some manner of personality assessment or something like that. That's right, I forgot about that. Alright. Well, anyway. What am I doing now? I have no tasks. Okay, so I assume I'm just leaving. The input lag. Oh my god. Hey, Toby.
Look after Mrs. Hudson for us, Toby.
Hey, buddy. Still weird I named you after that other dog that I abandoned. Should at least call you Toby 2 or something. Let's see these paintings in here. Interesting. I don't remember any of them from any of the other games. I do remember this.
A map of London and the surrounding area. It could be useful.
That I do remember from Chapter 1. No. Okay, I'm thinking of the last game that had the typewriter and everything. Okay.
Holmes, please call a cab while I pack my suitcase. We should be late for the train.
Anyway,
Watson, I'll hold a cab for us. We leave in 5 minutes for the station.
if you are having trouble, as I am, with the input lag causing a bit of motion sickness, upping the mouse sensitivity helped a bit. It doesn't help with all of it, though. The input lag on the movement is still... You can't adjust that sensitivity.
What a gloomy night. It was warmer inside the waiting hall.
Since the station master told us that the train is about to arrive, we should not have to wait very much longer.
Yes, at last.
Attention! The train is arriving at the station. Please stand well away from the platform edge.
I'll take your bags and your blasted archive suitcase. But, Holmes, the headlight, it's faded away.
Something is wrong. I can't hear any sound from the incoming train.
Excuse me, sir. Can you explain what has happened?
I don't know. It's as if the train vanished into thin air.
Holmes, say something.
Quick, fetch a lantern and let us take a look.
Okay.
It's too dark. Only fog and rails, nothing else.
There is no use in stumbling around here at night. We will come back tomorrow.
Okay. Dostoevsky.
Well, here we are again at Evesham Station. We have a full day ahead. Let us begin our investigation.
Okay. What are all these people doing out here? Alright, let's go up here. Can we go inside?
First of all, let us examine the area where the train disappeared.
We have to do them in the order in which we are given them. Okay. Then let's do, I suppose. F. Oh, okay.
This is the place where we saw the train vanish last night.
Railway sleepers. Nothing unusual.
And a bottle.
A discarded item, possibly thrown from the train.
And this is
There are no tracks or footprints on the ground.
literally a clue indicating nothing. Okay. Oh, now it's just asking me if I want to leave. Okay. Well, no, I don't. The rails, please. The item that was just highlighted. The rails, please.
The rails have not been touched. There's nothing unusual here. There are no signs to indicate that the train ran off the track, nor are there any other traces. There is nothing whatsoever. There are no clues. But then, a negative result is also a result.
Oh, I see what you're getting at. No clues, and you're smiling.
Yes, Watson, I do smile on occasion. This mystery appears very promising. This investigation won't be simple. We shall require a map of the region.
Perhaps the station master could lend us one.
I mean, the location we're standing at now seems considerably closer to the station than the cutscene led me to believe. It looks more like it was around where that tree is where it disappeared, but I suppose it is what it is. I don't see any other place where... My working theory right now is that it was not a train, that it was something else, such as a lantern on a pole or something, which means that I would be inspecting the area around here, a little bit farther up, but we're not to do that. So I suppose we will do as the game asks us to do, and we will find a map likely inside the Evesham train station. Hello. Nice bike.
Good morning. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
Yes, I remember you. I'm Station Master Everett. You were here last night. So, you are Mr. Holmes, the great detective. Will you be investigating what happened?
I shall indeed.
It is extraordinary that an entire train could disappear like that. And to think of all the poor people inside it, the passengers, the driver.
My guess is that the train was actually waylaid somewhere much farther up the tracks. Well, he's got mole on his face. Is that what I'm... Little gray hair. Honorary beige. It's got a stain here on his... Nope, we're not interested in that. Okay. Ah, okay. We are interested in it. We just have to highlight the right place. Alright.
Could you please give us any details about the train?
Well, there was nothing so very special about it. At least not that I can recall. My memory's not what it used to be. However, if you need it, you can have the train composition report. It's inside my office.
I would be glad to have a detailed map of the local railway district.
But of course, please, take the one that's pinned inside the waiting hall.
See you later, my good man.
Trunk. London Central Railway. There's the train schedule. This is... I have no idea. But that looks like Cyrillic text to me. This must just be an asset, something else that Frogwares came up with. Waiting hall, or maybe the warehouse. No, let's just get the map. Let's just do what the game wants us to do. We've not been incentivized whatsoever for exploration so far, and I don't see that changing now. So, region map. This
map will be useful.
Alright, so this is Nottingham to London. Evesham is here. There is a lake. The train went missing hereabouts. How is there a deep pit situated that close to a lake, and yet it too hasn't filled with water? This tiny embankment of earth, I'm to believe, withholds the entire water table that is above the lake. Unlikely. Here we have, is this supposed to be a river, a dam, dry riverbed, and that's what they used to build the railroads. They dammed up a river and then used the dry riverbed as a route. Okay. Road. It's probably a quarry or something. And then there's more water over here. There's another lake on the other side of the road. There's no way this wouldn't be filled with water. Does give lots of opportunity for a train to be waylaid, though. I don't see any other rails connecting, but still. Okay. Now I am looking for... There was something else. We have no ping in this game. What? There's a drastic lighting change there. Let's check over here.
An old locomotive bell.
Steam whistle.
This part is probably from a locomotive. This place serves as a storage area for the station. This part is probably from a locomotive.
Okay. I'll go back and talk to the station manager in just a second. Or whatever they call him. Station manager, station master. Not sure. What was it? What was it? Station master.
The entire train has disappeared.
Okay.
It's a disaster.
Then... let's check out the ticket office, I guess. He said he had something in here. What did he say? The train report? Message to all stations. Mr. Robinson is located at the Bridlington station.
A new telegram.
I think we should meet this Mr. Robinson.
Why? Locomotive, coal car, first class, postal wagon, special wagon ordered by Mr. Robinson, second class car. Okay, that's why we're talking
Here
to
is
Mr.
the
Robinson.
train set.
Oh, did we miss some people? Or have we just not met them yet?
A telegraph.
Okay. And now we go to the Bridlington station, I think it's... No? Okay. Okay, can we talk to this guy again? Yeah.
According to the train composition report, there was a special wagon. What does that entail?
That's a highly secure car, ordered by a private party. It is generally to carry something of value. Those wagons have iron walls, you know, without any windows, and they're fitted with a complex key lock.
That is important information. Do you know what was inside this particular wagon?
Certainly not. No, that's private, and it's not my responsibility to allot the wagons to whoever.
Was there anything exceptional about any of the passengers aboard the train?
What do you mean? Like officials? I wouldn't know. Oh, but now that you mention it, yes, there was something. There was a message from Bridlington station saying that the train had been delayed because of an issue with the passengers. But what kind of problem that they didn't say?
That is interesting. You mentioned a problem at Bridlington station. I should like to visit this station. Could you mark it on the local map?
Of course. It's a suburban railway station. You might take a cab there.
See you later, my good man.
Oh, okay. Watson, get out of the way. To Bridley, please. Or Bridlington, I mean. Okay. It's a random NPC. Apparently so. Oops. Oops, okay. This all seems like window dressing to me. What are you doing? Is this an American? Mr. Robinson is an American. I can tell because he's got the cowboy hat. We all know we all wear cowboy hats here in America.
This is an absolute scandal. It's always the same with these rail companies. No respect for the customer.
Yeah, just wait for a couple more years when there's air travel, buddy. Excuse me while I examine you intensely. I'm going to count every hair in your goatee, if you don't mind. Work clothes, if you say so. Cheap tickets. Oh. Rough skin. Okay, what did I miss? What the hell? What am I missing? Buff skin. No, I'm not skipping it. I have one left. Why would I skip it? Come on, where are you? Where are you, you little clue? Oh, there it was. Married. What happened?
Please calm down, sir. What is your concern?
Concern? What is my concern? I'll tell you what my concern is. Last night I were on the train as usual with my colleague, heading home. Then along came this ridiculous ticket inspector, who started arguing that our tickets were invalid. He made us get off the train, and he was extremely rude about it.
So it was a heist, and they wanted passengers off the train. Gotcha.
Were you aboard the train that vanished last night?
Yes, I heard that it disappeared. But I don't care because we would have stopped before then anyway. Our tickets were valid and no doubt about it. And then, to top it all, the ticket inspector pushed everyone else out too, except for a bunch of rich. Well, because their type don't need a ticket.
Can you recall anything more specific about this fortunate group?
Well, yes. They were all foreigners. Spanish-looking toffs with snake eyes.
Goodbye, sir.
A Spanish gang, then. Okay. We're gonna get to the Mr. Robinson here in a second. First, let's check it back here. Hey, what's up, buddy? Don't mind me. I know the door said private, but I am Sherlock Holmes. Maybe you've heard of me?
The insurance policy for Robinson's machine. A significant sum.
I like how it's a reoccurring theme in these Frogwares games where Sherlock Holmes meets somebody who is either justifiably upset or is, not upset at all, but is talking. And he's always just like, do calm down. This is like happened 3 or 4 times. It's just hilarious. Sherlock has like 0 tolerance for any emotion whatsoever. So he's just like, do shut the fuck up. I'm trying to observe you. I've lost count of the number of hairs in your nose. Autonomous electricity generator. This policy partially covers the loss of the prototype up to 50% of its value. 50% of its value is £15,000. That's a lot, I guess. Alright, we got some talking to do. I like how this guy also does not mind that I'm back here. Private? What does that even mean? Never heard of the word. Sounds like one of them funny foreign words.
Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you?
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I am investigating the unfortunate disappearance of last night's train.
I see. I'm Station Master Bertram, but my supervisor has not informed me about this. I do not know if...
Do not worry. I have only
How
a few
did the
questions.
passenger who's been stuck here overnight hear about it, but you haven't? How is that possible? He's a youngin'. He's a cleanin'. He's a dummin'. He's a dirtyin'.
Station Master Everett from Evesham told us that you reported a problem with some passengers last night.
Indeed. This train is a regular line for those who work at Nottingham. But yesterday, everyone was asked to get off the train here at my station. I've no idea why, and it delayed the train. But the worst of it is that now I have to deal with 2 furious passengers who are complaining about the company's service. They stayed here the whole night, but people do not usually pay much attention to the regulations, you see. There are very strict and clear rules. Paragraph 234 of Article 2G-43 states that in the event of a complaint, you must...
Yes, thank you. I understand. Apart from the passengers disembarking, did you notice anything else that was unusual last night?
I did, and I mentioned it in my report to our higher management on the matter.
What was it?
Sorry, but I can't tell you. The station master's reports are confidential.
Confidential, you say? How long have you been working here?
I've worked here long enough to be quite capable of managing a railway station.
No, you haven't.
Let me speak frankly, Mr. Bertram. Your age and your lack of confidence in your position are quite apparent. You cannot deny that you have only recently completed your studies.
I was at the top of my class.
Listen here, young man. I am aware that you wish to protect yourself behind all these regulations, but I represent the law.
And you are obstructing the investigation of an important case. I would suggest that you cooperate with Mr. Holmes. Think of your career.
That is... Well, I'll tell you everything. First of all, I scolded the ticket inspector, for it was he who asked the passengers to leave the train. It was not his right to do so. He was very rude. And then, later on, I received a most peculiar telegram from my colleague at Chesterfield Station, the next stop along the line.
What did the telegram say?
Well, that was the peculiar thing. It was almost unreadable. It was full of errors and awfully vague. It was hard to understand if the train had correctly passed that station or not. You can read it for yourself.
We ought to visit Chesterfield Station. We need to confirm if the station master saw the train or not.
Yeah, first let's talk to Robinson. Clearly this was a heist. Okay, so I'm starting to think that we missed a couple of people in the last... Oh, will be met in current case. Will be met in a future case. Okay. Never mind. Okay. We'll talk to Robinson first, since clearly this was a heist for his thing. The Sherlock in this game is voiced by Carrie Shale, who's been in a good number of things if you check his IMDb. He's doing a fine job, but and it's a distinct improvement from the from a technical perspective. The recording of Sherlock in Jack the Ripper, there's none of that weird. It's cleaner audio. It sounds fine, but there are times when Sherlock is voicing lines. He sounds just like Hannibal Lecter, and it's a little off-putting. The Queen. Okay. Hey, Mr. Robinson. You better have
Good
a
day to you,
big
sir.
old Texan
Good
accent.
day. To whom am I speaking?
No, he's an Aussie.
My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is...
Are you a representative of this damned railway company? Because I have a complaint.
We are not from the railway company. We are...
Well, in that case, Mr. Shamrock Flomes, please excuse me, but I'm not in the mood for idle chit-chat at the moment.
The only other nationality with the grace of God to wear the cowboy hat. Should have known. I can already see that this says Australian hat, but it's not though. It looks more like a Panama hat than anything else, but all right. Expensive clothes. So this man knew his prototype was on the train and yet willingly got off when instructed to do so. It seems like he would put up a bigger stink than that. Gator boots.
You must be Mr. Robinson, is that correct?
Yes?
I am leading the investigation of the disappearing train. It would help if you could answer my questions.
Ah, well, all right. I have nothing to hide.
I presume it was you who placed the order for the special wagon.
Yes. It was to transport my valuable prototype safely to London. My prototype is a revolutionary device. It is capable of producing electricity. I'm a businessman and an engineer. I had already found several potential customers for my invention, but I was very optimistic about the directors' board who were travelling on the train last night.
They were traveling on the train last night?
Mr. Robinson, could you please clarify? Were you traveling alongside your prototype?
Yes, I was. But I had to step off the train. And all because of this stupid station master.
I received a telegram declaring that an important person, a Mr. Bromsby, wished to see you in the waiting room. I merely informed you of this.
Mr. Bromsby is a wealthy gentleman. His interest in my invention was truly unexpected. So yes, of course, I agreed to see him. Unfortunately, he wasn't there. I thought perhaps he might have been delayed, so I chose to wait a while. But despite my requests, the train left the station without me. Absolutely unacceptable.
The timetable is strict. We cannot wait any longer. The regulations require the train to be on time.
You are an idiot. You will pay for it. I will sue you.
Okay, so just to voice my thoughts, I suppose, on this, I'm often making a conscious effort to speak out loud because obviously that's not a thing. I should say think out loud. So obviously that's not a thing that is normal for people to do, or at least some people. Certainly not for me. So far, what we know is that there was an expensive prototype on the train. The insurance that was taken out on it makes it seem like it's extremely valuable. There was a bunch of people the station manager described as Spaniards on there, and basically everyone but these people were forced to get off. So clearly we're looking at a heist here. They knew the name of an investor with which Mr. Robinson would have, done basically anything to work with, and sent a telegram ahead of time in order to get him off the train, which means that they have some knowledge of Mr. Robinson and his business dealings, as well as who to name drop within the investor sphere of this fictional late 19th century London sort of area. Let us ask, so that explains why he got off the train, because my next big question was, if this guy has such an expensive prototype on the train that he rented a special car, that he's traveling along with it, what could possibly peel him away? Well, it means that the thieves in this case did their homework enough to know exactly what would get him off the train. Now I'm wondering, what is the prototype's actual value? Because this is, if they did steal it, it's going to be hard to sell. It's a prototype. Literally only one of these exists, and presumably it's not difficult to figure out to whom it should belong. It's definitely stolen goods. So it's either an insurance scam by Mr. Robinson, who knows his prototype doesn't work and is about to lose everything when everyone finds out, or it was taken by a group that has connections and a buyer already lined up, because they wouldn't just steal it and sit on it and hope to find a buyer, because they wouldn't in this case, unless there was somebody else who was interested in it, probably for corporate espionage purposes. They're going to reverse engineer it and develop their own, something along those lines. So let's talk about the prototype value.
This revolutionary machine of yours, was it very valuable?
For God's sake, sir, it is priceless. It could change the world we live in. And yet, I was selling it for almost nothing. I am a humanitarian, you see. I do not know if I will ever be able to get over this disaster. I cannot believe that it disappeared with that damn train.
According to this document, you have insurance for your prototype.
Oh, thank God. Where did you find it?
Near the telegraph station.
I must have lost it when I tried to send a message, which I was prevented from doing.
I apologise for that, but regulations state that public access to the telegraph is strictly prohibited.
Upon my word, you keep on digging that hole of yours. You have no idea who I am.
Oh, what?
I see that you kept your gripsack with you. Why don't you leave it in the luggage room?
I've had other things to think about. I lost my prototype, and this idiot station master just stands here doing nothing to help.
Oh, but...
Well, that won't do at all. Station Master, I believe that the regulations state that any passenger luggage should be taken to the luggage room.
I'll do it right away, sir. Sorry, sir.
Okay.
You mentioned a director's board. Which company do they own?
The Chilean Barcazes Company. I had made an appointment with them. Now they are lost, along with the train and my prototype.
What do you know about the Barcazes Company?
It's a large South American company. They showed a great deal of interest in my prototype, and they seemed wealthy enough to do business with.
This Robinson is quite a character. We should learn more about him. The ticket inspector forced all the passengers from the train except for the directors of the Barcazes Chilean Company.
All right, either they are frauds and defrauded Mr. Robinson into thinking that they were important business people, or they too were kidnapped, but that is extremely unlikely. That is a very convoluted plan. Chilean stayed on the train. Train vanished with people. I really doubt it was an accident. The train conductor overlooked them? No. I think that the train conductor was probably one of the thieves. Intentionally left on the train, moved all passengers. I think that this is probably more likely. What else we got? Special wagon, no traces of the train? No. Okay. Alright, we're going to need to go to Chesterfield to keep investigating that further, but there is more to find here, almost certainly. This is where the passengers were asked to embark, so this is also a logical place where, if it were a heist, and the train were derailed somewhere, where there would have been some kind of a setup to facilitate the derailing down the line, right? So, tools, equipment, plans, even just footprints that show that there was, some kind of an inspection or work done would be sufficient. Of course, this is cobblestone instead of the earth. So let's look in the luggage room, and if there's a storeroom here, we'll do that as well.
Railway post bags.
Now we're going to investigate his...
This gripsack belongs to Mr. Robinson.
And it's locked.
I think we should open it, Holmes. This is what they call force majeure. I'll keep watch.
Of course.
All right. Well, what's another one of these? Okay, take on. Probably that. And that. And that. Looks like we're lined up. Oh, no, we're not. I can see this one that I'm on right now is not correct. Or it is almost correct. Okay. There we go. I was a teeny bit off on the science. Business papers.
Look, Watson. A bundle of contracts. Very suspicious. We should study them carefully.
And so I shall. This is an exclusive sales contract. Regarding the prototype invention dedicated to appliance supplying electricity in an autonomous way. Emmett's Electric Company, the buyer, understand that they are purchasing this device as is, and in our agreement. I'm going to try and do it at the same time as Mr. Shale. Mr. Thomas L. Robinson. Oh, damn it. All right. This is unrehearsed, so it's fine. Mr. Thomas L. Robinson, the seller, is not responsible for any problems that may arise with the prototype after the purchase, whether or not those issues were known by either party at the time of the purchase. The buyer is obligated to make prepayment in the amount of 10% of the prototype price in advance upon signing the contract. The remainder should be transferred with a 1-month term. So, yes, it definitely seems as if Mr. Robinson is aware of defects in his prototype. Turn the page, you wash your hands. This is an exclusive sales contract.
Exclusive sales contract.
Same thing, except this is for the Hong Kong General Electric Company.
Mr. Robinson is the seller.
Same exact contract otherwise. Another exclusive sales contract.
Exclusive sales contract.
To the Barcazas Chilean Company.
Mr. Robinson is the seller.
And we have one more.
Yet another exclusive. Mr. Robinson is the seller.
This is Medicine General.
Well, it is very clear that this Mr. Robinson received prepayments from various people for his machine.
So he is a fraudster. The loss of the machine is a disaster for Mrs. No. I mean, this is only a very narrow way of looking at this. I mean, yes, this is true, but he was also about to get caught. There's no way he could have 4 sales contracts and not get ousted as a fraudster. There's no way. I don't know why I can't connect these two. These should be related. I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't know. We'll come back to that one anyway. I'm still expecting to see more evidence of something here. We have no... Nope, we have no... Yeah, here it is. Storeroom. Nothing. Really? Nothing at all. Huh. Okay. It's not what I was expecting, but alright. Look at the way Sherlock runs in this game. Chesterfield it is. I do like this, the settings. They are nice. There's some ambiance to them. Let's not go there directly. Let's go in the main area here and see what we can see.
This bin is full of empty bottles.
Celebrating?
A fishing advertisement.
Okay. Don't mind me.
A telegraph.
The Morse code alphabet.
I had thought that all station masters knew the Morse code, but apparently not.
Okay. They probably should. Oh, he is drunk as a skunk. Guess now I know where those bottles came from.
How could he fall asleep at work like this?
He's wasted.
Excuse me, sir. Wake up. Ah, his breath. He must have swallowed half a distillery.
And that explains the how.
By his sleeping off the alcohol, you mean? Wake up, please, sir.
What? The 18-hour 72 train has arrived?
Good day to you. We are investigating the disappearance of last night's train, and we should like to ask you a few questions.
Let's do this first. Be drunk. He drunk, he married. Fishing line. God, there's always one that I just miss somehow. I note how Sherlock always seems to notice others. Always seems to notice if his subjects are married or not. He's on the prowl, you know, he's got to check. Not wearing a ring.
Were there any passengers who got off that particular train at your station last night?
No, nobody, it seems to me. Although I did not leave my office, so...
No doubt you were very busy.
You don't say. You can't ever get any peace around here. Now you have to send a telegram each time a train arrives and departs.
Station Master Bertram from Bridlington showed me a strange telegram that he received from you last night. It concerned the train, but it was barely comprehensible.
What? He's a fastidious little twerp, that Bertram. I remember everything quite clearly. It was late, and I was tired, but I did my work. So what? There's no need to be so petty.
You are drunk.
You were not tired, you were inebriated. Tell me the truth now, or I shall not hesitate to document your state in my report.
My friend means that you will end up by being sacked from your position.
All right. So I was drunk. I don't remember all of yesterday, to be truthful to you. Please don't go harsh on me.
Holmes, this man has consumed a considerable amount of alcohol. He's not entirely helpless yet, but...
It will not be long before he is. Obviously, his testimony cannot be trusted.
Okay. Yep, maybe. I don't think I know exactly yet, but okay. There's got to be more here though. There's no way that's it. Why would they give me a Morse code alphabet if there's nothing to decipher? Do I have that? No. I don't actually have the telegram. Okay. Let's go check out the storeroom. Or this is the waiting room. Wow, okay, nothing in here. How about the tracks themselves? Let's check the storeroom first, and if we don't see anything there, we'll check the tracks.
Locked.
Really?
There is no sense in asking the station master to open it. We shall have to pick the lock.
Sounds like we can just lift the key off of him. He's already wasted. Okay, fine. I did not know that this was lockpicking. Oh, that was even easier than I thought it was. Okay. There, that's what I was looking for at Bridlington.
These tools were used quite recently. They are still muddy. We should ask about them. Railway post bags.
I see the T as well. 4 scratches.
Bags were recently dragged here.
Bags.
French wine, a remarkable vintage. These bottles are too expensive for a station master's wage. They were likely taken from the parcels.
Shameful.
So the station manager was somehow in on it. He was paid off in expensive wine? Or the station manager has been stealing from parcels this whole time? Warehouse.
A handcar wheelbase. Interesting. It appears that elements of the same construction were scattered everywhere. Watson, please tell me, do you believe in magic?
Of course not, Holmes.
Then you are of the opinion that a train cannot simply disappear.
Well, we both know that that is obvious. Why are you asking such peculiar questions?
A little patience, Watson. You will understand my point quite soon. So, are you quite certain that you saw the train at Evesham Station?
Yes, of course. We saw it coming. The headlights, and heard the whistle.
But that is it. We didn't see the train itself.
But... Oh, Holmes, I'm a little confused.
Well, both of the train conductors at Chesterfield and Bridlington were clean. They had clean clothes. Evesham did not. He had mud on his clothes, so he might be in on it. I think maybe the station manager's in on it. I think they... Not probably the Bridlington guy. He's too straight-laced by the book for something like that, but... But yes, it has been my theory that it was a fake train, so... Okay... Fake train experiment.
I should use the appropriate object here.
I need to go back. Okay, there's a wheel. The wheel on. Small gear. Small gear. Hand mechanism joints. Oh, there it is. Wooden base. Wooden base, wooden base. And there's the brakes. The brakes should go down here, but
I should use the appropriate object here.
the brakes should go down here, but I can't seem to place it just yet, so... Oh, there's a wooden board. Wooden base. Okay. Oh, rotate. That's what I've been looking for. Okay. Rotates. Wheel.
I should use the appropriate object
I
here.
tried to grab the wheel, okay? I just didn't get it right. There's the brakes. Brakes are... Oh, yeah, brakes... They don't normally go there, but they can.
So, now here we have the
suppose.
fake train that we saw approaching Evesham Station last night.
Doesn't look much like a train to me.
Be patient, Watson. I haven't finished yet. Try using your imagination. Our train requires only a headlight and a steam whistle.
F. Well, I mean, I know where those parts are. I saw them at the other station. Or is there meant to be more in here? Fire extinguisher? Sure, why not? Long pole? Sure, why not? There we go. They do have the parts here. We need a steam whistle. We need the lights. Okay. place a long
The
pole.
long pole is now attached. It will allow us to connect the headlight. The headlight is attached. The steam whistle is now connected.
Holmes, what can we do to make the steam whistle work?
Right,
It is
exactly.
elementary, my dear Watson. We shall need a fire extinguisher.
I don't think that the fire extinguisher would have enough force to actually loudly activate the steam
The
whistle.
fire extinguisher. Now let us see what we have here.
You'd have to pump the hell out of this fire extinguisher to get that kind of pressure.
The steam whistle is ready to be used.
I mean, it will whistle, it just won't be nearly as loud as it normally would be on a train.
Watson, I do believe that we have created an exact replica of the train that vanished in front of us last night. The criminal mind can be most inventive. I am somewhat in awe.
So such a thing is possible. If someone went to all the trouble of creating this fake train, then it was surely with the intention of stealing the real one.
Ah, Watson, you should not jump to conclusions. In fact, this does not tell us very much at all, except that the train did not evaporate into thin air.
I don't know, Holmes. That
Although
seems like a
you half suspect.
pretty safe bet.
Huh. At any rate, we now need to find where the real train might be hidden. I
Well,
suggest we use my archives to find a more detailed map of our surroundings.
Well, I hope that justifies our having to load your massive archive suitcase onto the cab. It made us extremely unpopular with our driver.
okay. Literally, I don't think... I mean, this certainly couldn't hurt, but literally, I think if we check from Chesterfield to Evesham, I'm pretty sure that we will see where the train was derailed. There is no need to go find another map. But if you insist, I think we need to talk to the station manager about this first. So let's do... Hey, drunkie, got a question for you.
You have quite a number of dirty tools lying around here.
Ah, yes. Well, thank you for reminding me. I should clean them. Although, it might be easier to put them outside. Seems it might start raining soon.
I meant, what were they used for?
Some workers come here and borrowed them from me. They wanted to lift the edge of the railway to one of the stations on the line, so that the water wouldn't come in too close.
I hate that I have to keep clicking in order to ask obvious
Who
questions.
were these workers?
Well, they didn't seem to be from the company, but they was fine lads.
What?
They invited me to share a drink. And whatever it was, it had a kick to it. They wasn't English. No, I don't believe so. But see, they knew just what a man needed to brighten up his dull evening.
Oh my god, this guy is so pickled that he let non-railroad employees come around, borrow tools to alter the tracks just because they offered him a drink. That's more than irresponsible. Alright, we gotta go back to Evesham so get my archives. I believe that's where they are. Okay. Oh. Up the stairs, buddy. Where are they? Not in here. Whoa. Goddamn. Is this supposed to be the archive right here? No? Okay. Where is my shit? Alright, for real. Where is my stuff? The next Sherlock Holmes mystery. Where did I leave my bag? Maybe it's in the luggage? That's the warehouse. Okay.
The entire train has disappeared. It's a disaster.
Is it on the... Is it on the, cab? Oh.
Now we have
okay.
two maps. We must combine them properly.
Oh, okay. I see. See several lakes. Oh, there it is. Come on. It's very sensitive. If I go just a little bit too far. There we go.
Here it is. There is a side branch to the railway. Its first switch is located between Bridlington and Chesterfield stations. There is one more station to be visited. It is located between Chesterfield and Evesham, and there should be a side railway to the nearby quarry. There is a small section of a railway at the end of Evesham station.
Okay. Well, I think I know which one would be the most likely. Examine the side railway switch by the quarry. Right. My bet is the quarry. Should be this one, but they did borrow the Chesterfield tools. Actually, I mean, this to me seems like if I was going to steal a train, hiding it in a quarry would probably be my best bet. It's a big-ass train, so it's not going to be easy to just hide out in the open. A quarry would provide some cover and should make disguising it relatively easy while it's being, you know, while we're offloading it and so on. But, considering the evidence that we already have about them manipulating the Chesterfield station manager and most likely sending a fake report that it had gone through, my guess is that the game is actually indicating that it's this point here. So let's visit that one. I don't see signs of fresh work, but that might be farther down the line here. Okay. We were not supposed to go that far. Can I do this? Oh, okay. Either. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. The switch looks fine. Yeah, everything looks fine. I'm guessing this is not where I'm supposed to go. So I'm going to go to my most likely choice, which was right here just before this station. This is the one that I don't think necessarily fits in with the evidence, but is, you know, what I consider to be the most likely. Doncaster. Okay. So talk to the station manager and see if they actually had anybody show up. Uh-oh. Ah, look at this. Culprit.
A funny character. He looks...
And he is not an Englishman.
Well, that's racist to assume that he's guilty because he's not English, but okay. He's a foreigner. Clearly he's guilty of something.
newspaper articles on horse racing. Hurdle, steeplechase, and flat racing. He is a true enthusiast, Holmes.
Are these gambling stubs?
Betting slips for horse racing.
You're darn tooting.
The sums are quite impressive.
It can be an expensive vice. This man had probably used all his savings.
Bold of you to assume he had any savings to begin with, John.
A telegraph.
Alright. How come we're not questioning whether or not a telegram was sent from this station? Oh, I thought I examined that before. Didn't even put it in the ashtray. What a jerk.
This scent is familiar to me, but in order to recognize it, I must combine my associations into one picture.
I can already tell this is... Okay. And this goes this way over here, and then this goes down here.
A greenish-brown cigar with a strong aroma, a hint of peppermint. Ricardo.
You already know the name of this man? Holmes, you amaze me.
No, Watson, I refer to the cigar. It is a Ricardo Turrent, a Mexican cigar of an excellent quality. Quite an expensive one, too.
Tea. Ashtray. Piece of burnt paper.
This ashtray is full of ash and cigar stubs. Apparently, there was a conflict between the Mexicans and the Chileans. A greenish-brown cigar with a strong aroma, a hint of peppermint. These ashes and cigar stubs are similar to the one that we found on the floor. Some of the stubs were recently smoked. There are others that appear fairly old.
That means that the fellow spent several days here. Judging by his clothes, he's hardly a traveller or a tramp.
Well concluded, my dear fellow. A man who smoked the Ricardo brand of Mexican cigar spent several long days at Doncaster Station.
So that was him planning, then.
This ashtray is full of ash and cigar stubs.
Okay, so let's go get him. Let's go get him, Watson. Pardon me.
Holmes, look. There's a flooded area over here.
I believe that the flooded area might be worth checking.
I think they dumped it at the bottom of the lake. So this is the quarry, then. It is full of water. I didn't notice this before. Well, when they updated the map, yes, the quarry is full of water. Which is exactly what would happen if you had a quarry in an area like this. Before we check out the flooded area, let's see if there's any other clues.
Railway post bags. This
Station
post bag belongs to the station master.
Don't mind if I take a little peek, do you? Letter to a lawyer. Corwell Advocate Agency, Main Road, BR69HJ, Bromley, London. In reply to your last warning letter, I wish to assure you that I shall soon honor all of the latest installments that I need to pay according to my debts. Edward Duff. So he is having issues with money.
The station master appears to have found himself in some financial trouble.
7 Alpin Street, Basford, Nottinghamshire. My darling, I ask you to trust me this time. I shall soon have more than enough money to repay the house mortgage. It's only a matter of days. You may continue living in the house without me, since that is your wish. Please know that I still care about you and hope that you will forgive me one day despite all of the harm I have caused in recent years. Sounds like a desperate man to me. Willing to do anything and take a lifeline to get out of debt. And there's the man himself. But before we question him, let's take a peek in here. Any evidence being burned?
Watson, would you like some tea?
No.
Okay. Odd question to ask, but okay. I see nothing. Okay. Mr. Duff, I presume.
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is Dr. John Watson. We are investigating the case of the vanished train.
Is that so? Well, good day, gentlemen. I am Mr. Duff, the station master of this station. I'll be happy to help you in any way I can, but there's not much that I can tell you about last night.
Excuse me, Mr. Duff, while I look deeply into your eyes. Just walk up to the station master, stare at him for a couple of minutes, and then just say, Mexican.
It appears that you may be at risk of some flooding along the line here.
You mean that the whole bloody lake is at our feet?
Quite so. But it is strange, because according to my map, there should be a quarry here, and behind that, the lake.
How should I know? I only arrived here a few months ago.
And where did you work before that?
I was working in Nottingham, but I asked for a quieter place, so they transferred me here. Life is cheaper. I can't really complain.
Did any passengers leave or board the train last night?
No. I saw no one as usual. I reported the train's passage by telegraph, just the same as all the other nights.
So if the train did pass through Chesterfield Station, it doesn't sound like the thieves really needed to ply the station master with liquor. I understand that they did that in order to borrow the tools, but if they already had leverage and an accomplice in this station master, are there not tools here that they could have used? Right?
I observe that you are a gambling man, Mr. Duff. You had hoped that your relocation to this small town might have helped ease your addiction, but it was not to be.
I beg your pardon? Addiction to what?
Gambling. What the fuck? Are you dumb?
We found a number of horse racing tickets inside your office. Well, we all have our weaknesses. An expensive obsession, surely, for a station master.
It is none of your business. I occasionally attend the races with my colleagues. And anyway, that's my private life.
Let's talk about Mexican.
There was a gentleman of Mexican origin, I believe, in the waiting room. Did you notice him?
What? A Mexican? Here in the back of beyond? Are you quite sure about that?
Goodbye, sir. It is obvious that we cannot inspect the quarry. Instead, we can check the beach area around the flooded lake.
What happened to the guy? He's just gone. Or is he in here? In this warehouse, I'm guessing? No. No getting through that way. No getting through this way. Okay, I can take a hint. Except I can't control the character. Alright. I don't think you pass through Doncaster. I think it's at the bottom of the quarry. And even though having a quarry that close to a lake and it not getting constantly flooded is impossible, I believe that somehow the thieves caused the flood. And that's all we got. Okay. Okay, we got big red flags here to help us out, too. That's very handy of them. I don't know, this is way too small to get a train through, and I also don't see any place in the tracks where they would have diverted it, so maybe I'm wrong on my theory. I don't see any evidence of work here at all. Let's see. Can I go into the water? No. What? Blurble. I don't know. I don't see anything here. It's directed me to the beach area, but this is the closest I can get to the water, so where am I to go? It tells me to inspect, but there's nothing really to inspect. Like, there's nothing here. I would like to inspect that warehouse, because I guess that I would bet that's where the prototype is right now. That would be nice. Wait, is there a way in? No, there's not a way in back there. Okay. There's red flags and an opening in the fence. This is clearly where I'm supposed to go. Oh. You can enter first-person mode. Oh. Okay. I'm sorry, what am I supposed to be doing? Because I am examining the area and I see nothing? This is definitely not where the train went. Alright. Oh! There's a new area. Beach. This isn't the beach area. Okay. Well. I mean, I agree it wasn't much of a beach area, but...
Here we are at the beach that is located near the quarry and Doncaster Station. It doesn't look like a very good place to rest.
No, but it does look like there have been people through here. I'm gonna maintain first-person mode now that I know that it exists. Or maybe I should. Yeah, I will. Let's head over here first. Don't see any evidence of work over here, but over here we've got a camp.
This place was abandoned fairly recently.
Very recently. My god, the fire is still smoldering. Still got laundry hung up here.
Observing the coastline and the moored boats, we are able to see that the lake's water level dropped. The lake has flooded the quarry. The dam was probably breached.
It would take more than just a dam to keep the water up. That quarry is literally below the water table. If you've ever seen, like, when they construct highways, sometimes... Oh, blood. When they construct highways, sometimes they have to dig pits along the side for backfill. And they remain clear of water maybe for a couple of weeks. and then they fill and become man-made ponds. Greetings from the lake beach. Wow, that is a... Yeah, looks just like what I'm seeing here. But if the water level is lower, there is a pier. The area that we're on right now would normally be underwater. So this camp shouldn't be here. This area of the beach would only be dried. Yeah, there's even boats right here. This area of the beach would only be dried after the quarry was flooded, which would be after the theft.
A label with the name Las Zarpas.
Las Zarpas. Yeah, all of this should be underwater normally. This camp shouldn't be here. This camp would have literally been set sometime after the theft. Boats. Is there anything else here? There's literally blood and a boot right here. I can't believe I can't examine them. But I can't. So, there's changing rooms here. There's no way. This would be... The water would come, like... at least to here. I don't know. I'm probably reading too much into it. Las Zarpas. Let's check archives. First electric railway?
My search should be focused upon the name Las Zarpas.
Okay. I saw a couple that looked perhaps promising. Maybe it's not in newspapers. There it is. The Las Zarpas barges are leaders in heavy goods transportation. Las Zarpas label belong to the Mexican consortium, Caracol, who cover shipping, electricity, services, and mining. So they move the train by barge? That seems unlikely. Okay. It still wants me to examine the side branch. Examine the side railway branch that leads to the quarry at the station located between... Yeah, that's what I've done. I've done this too. There must be more evidence here, or it wouldn't continue to... Oh.
These traces were made by carriage. Look.
There we go.
Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here.
Oh,
Nothing
the
interesting.
horse prints, hoof prints.
Nothing interesting here.
Okay. This is the cart width.
Nothing interesting here.
Am I a little off?
Nothing interesting.
Okay, enough. Am I a little off? Do I have to start and stop like that?
Nothing interesting here.
Dude, what the hell?
Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here.
I might skip this one. I don't understand what the... I mean, this is the cart base.
Nothing interesting here.
We have a shoed horse. These are prints going in this direction. These are prints going in this direction. If I try to measure between them in order to figure out the approximate size of the horse.
Here.
We also have a cart track in the middle for a more narrow
Nothing
cart.
Interesting here.
I can't examine those.
Nothing interesting here.
Okay. Whatever. Yes. This one I'm going to
The vehicle
skip.
would have been heavy, as these tracks are quite deep.
Whatever.
These traces are relatively fresh and were made by a large truck loaded with materials.
A large truck? A large truck? Do you have a different term for truck than I do? Actually, they do, don't they? They would call it a lorry. Maybe truck is a term for a horse-drawn wagon? I don't know. It's possible. Flooded quarry. Okay, those seem like they may be related, but okay. I don't think they moved it by barge. That doesn't sound like a thing. Are we done with that? Yes, we... Okay, yes we are. Alright, then I guess let's go back here since it's still telling me that I missed a clue here, although I didn't see much to even examine. Every branch I tried to go down didn't really work out. This is the... Oh, now I can examine it.
The switch is rusted, but it still works.
I did look at the switch before. I didn't see that. Might be a bad idea to leave that. Okay, that goes to the mines.
Mines? This is interesting. It would be quite possible for someone to redirect the train towards the mines.
Okay. So now that's done. Examine mines. Okay. Mines.
Here are the mines, Holmes. They appear to be abandoned.
They don't look abandoned to me. Oh my god, I gotta do this again?
Nothing interesting here.
Are you?
Nothing interesting here.
Are you serious? What is the problem here?
Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here.
What do you want me to measure?
Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here.
Okay, from middle to middle.
The distance between the tracks is about 4 feet 8 inches.
This is exactly what I was trying to measure every single time.
A lightly loaded vehicle came this way. There is a wooden beam lying on the rails. A small vehicle with wooden beams went down this way.
What rails? Those rails? Way over there?
This is an administrative panel. See what it says.
Watson, you are a gentleman, and gentlemen tend to carry handkerchiefs. Might I borrow yours?
And where is your own?
I haven't the faintest idea.
Very well. Here it is.
We are coal company.
WEA Coal. These mines belong to them.
Okay.
This mine has completely collapsed, Holmes.
It is curious, but to be truthful, I am not entirely surprised.
It's difficult to follow you, Holmes.
Yeah, the rails have been torn up over here. I don't see any sign of them, so somebody cleaned it up. Yeah, this is what they used to...
Someone removed these screws, most probably to take down the rails.
Yep.
A few feet of the rails have been dismantled.
So that's what they used. Where did they take it off?
This is an unusual kind of paper, stiff and dry. It was used for a specific purpose. Let us look inside.
I don't think we should. It's explosives.
Sawdust. I am almost certain it is a... Watson, could you assist, please? Do you have your pistol? Good. Fire at this package.
Please don't.
Dynamite.
Okay. Mines blasted. Flooded quarry. What are you talking about? That's totally how they also flooded the quarry. But I know that this is probably what they were referring to. I don't think it was this, because I think that the railroad was, the track was tore up before. I think that the pieces of rail were used to put the train somewhere else. Why they would, I mean, if they're going to collapse the tunnel, why also destroy the tracks? I'm just going to pick one for now. Rail to the mines are missing and flooded. It's the missing rail right now that I'm questioning, because I think they used those rails somewhere else.
This is the cabin for the mine's security.
Metal box.
This box must be the safe. Let's open it.
Another mini game. I'm going to start from the inside out this time. Okay.
The Mexican company Caracal and the Chilean Barcazas both want to buy the mines. I need more information. Perhaps Mycroft could help.
I don't want to call Minecraft for anything, to be honest with you.
Watson, it seems that both South American companies were involved in the purchase of the mine.
The man at Doncaster who fled our approach, he smokes Mexican cigars. Perhaps...
Yes, Watson. We should certainly speak with him.
Is there nothing more to see? I feel like there'd be a lot more evidence here. No? Really? I feel like there should be a lot more evidence here. Out of the way, Watson. What's back here? You hear that? Can't do anything about it, but I can certainly hear a lot of whooshing in there. Okay, I guess that's it for here. This is a big place to have nothing else to see. And there was a lot of work done here for this heist. I would expect there to be more. But okay. Perhaps not. Alright, what else did we have on our agenda? Side rail branch, there's the quarry. Okay, that's where we were before, and then there's a side rail branch at Evesham. That almost certainly not involved, but I mean, we could go take a look. Let's go back to Doncaster and see if we can find that cigar smoking guy. Okay. Well, didn't expect there to be a cutscene. Well, there he is again.
Please, sir, we would ask you not to leave. We have some questions.
Are you the police?
No, we are employed by the railway company. We are collecting witness statements about the train that disappeared last night.
Lo siento, I'm in a hurry.
Really? It seemed that you were waiting here for someone. Could you tell us if you were at the station last night?
No, I just arrived from South America.
A formidable journey, no doubt. Which country are you from?
De Chile.
Wrinkles. Smart clothes. Strong build. I feel increasingly more like Sherlock is just checking these people out. Martial arts. An expensive cigar. Okay.
Chile? But you are Mexican.
No, you are wrong. Why would you think I'm Mexican?
The cigars?
Because of your cigars.
Sí, cigarrillos. So what?
Those cigars are the Ricardo brand, from Mexico. It is quite impossible to find them anywhere but there.
Pero not your business.
What is your
I
business?
don't suppose that you are on vacation. What business brought you here?
I was to meet my fellow compañeros, who were due to arrive yesterday. They were on that damn train. I will stay here and hope that the authorities find them, or their bodies. It's now my responsibility to repatriate them.
Who authorized you to do that?
The company I work for.
Could you tell me the name of the company?
It's not your concern.
And what is your name?
Enough questions. Buenas tardes.
Not a very friendly man, and he is lying. He said that he just arrived, but we know that he has been here for several days.
Yeah, that questioning could have gone better. Side railway branch. Where is that? Do you have anything new to say?
You'll find nothing interesting here, I'm afraid.
Where is the side railway branch? It's not... It's It's not that way. Is it over here? Wait, let's check the map. It says it should be before it. So it should be over here. Oh, here it is. I see a switch. Okay.
This railway branch should lead to the quarry. Let us take a look. The switch is rusted, but it still works.
Stop. There's... Okay, no. Thought there was something interesting. So this leads to the quarry.
The rail is rusted and looks old, but the railway is still usable.
Doesn't look very rusty to me. And the tracks here, too, have been...
The railway ends here. That is strange.
Why would they tear up the railways? I don't understand that. If it was a case of... If it was a case of the railways, like if they're trying to communicate to me that the railways are so disrepaired that they're literally falling apart, and that then there would still be evidence of the railways here. And we can see where the sleepers were. There's no bedding or anything, which is wrong, but we can see where the sleepers were, and yet they have been removed. Like, this is not a sign that, oh, the railway is falling apart. This is a sign that somebody has literally removed the rails, the sleepers, the spikes, and all. Same thing with at the mines. Like, that was removed. But is there more? No, we just have to, for some reason, have to examine the side branch at Evesham. So I guess let's go there. I don't know why we're gonna bother, but like clearly we were at Evesham. The train wasn't there. Okay, but let's do it anyway because okay. To do it in the way they want us to do it, so here. And then according to the map, it's after the station. But I don't see a branch. Okay, so then I guess it is this way. Boy, I tell you, England's got a serious leaf and paper blowing around problem. I know it's rainy there, and yet... Okay, we already examined these. I don't see a branch. Okay. Am I missing something? There is no switch to examine. What are you on about? Examine the side railway branch at Evesham. There is no side railway branch.
The entire train has disappeared. It's...
Okay. Let's do the other one then. Use the telegraph to discover more about the vehicle company. Excuse me. Oops. God damn it. Oh, the office is over here in this one.
I asked Mycroft to find out some information on the WEA Coal Company. Here is his reply, and it is an interesting one.
There are two companies, the Chilean Barcazas and the Mexican Caracal. Both wanted to purchase the Wea coal mines. The Mexican Caracal Consortium had established an initial deal and prepared all the papers. However, the Chilean Barcazas group, aided by their influential connections, managed to snatch the concluding deal for the mines. Okay. We got all the people. We got almost all the evidence, except for wherever the side railway branch is. Branch, branch, branch. Where is the branch? Is it on the map? Cannot go anywhere else. Okay. Mind paths. Do we have other... Okay, maybe. Okay. Makes sense. A Mexican trap. Maybe, I guess. I mean... Oh, the railway to the rail of the mines are missing. They should be related. They're the same damn thing. Like, this is the same question in my mind. What happened to these railways? I'm starting to think that it passed Chesterfield. Maybe. I wonder if this branch leads... I'm going to go back to the beach. I think it might lead to the beach. We might need to examine it from the other way. Like maybe over here? Okay. No to that. There's this whole area back here that we have nothing to do with. I'm stuck. Okay, there we go. I just need to know what happened to these tracks that they tore up. I just need to know what happened to them.
An abandoned gypsy caravan.
Okay. Alright. Of the two theories that we have right now, that one, it was sunk to the bottom of the quarry and then filled in, or it's hidden in the mines somewhere. Being hidden in the mines is the most likely. I just cannot tie that to the missing rails. I don't understand why they would bother to do that. That's what's got me tripped up right now. And I have only this clue left. I feel like if I can find the side railway branch, maybe I will find the missing tracks. It's unlikely that it would be at Evesham, but it's also my last bit of information here. Okay, well, there doesn't seem to be any other way around here, so I guess back to Evesham. Maybe I have to talk to these people? Okay, no, I can't even get to them. There is no side railway branch. There's no switch. Can I go in? Oh. Oh, I can go in here. Oh my god. Alright, this is not a side railway branch. There's no switch. This is a completely unrelated section of track that, if it serves any purpose at all, it is so that a gantry can slide back and forth for loading and unloading of cars. This is not a side railway branch. Oh my god. There's a switch here. This looks even more disused.
There was a building here not so long ago.
I would say.
But I don't understand, Holmes. Why would anyone destroy the shed in such a manner?
It was disassembled in great haste. It is most odd.
Okay, I'm just going to have to take for granted that that's true, because that's not what I'm seeing here. You can see, this is something like a device that would be used for such a loading and unloading. And this would be storehouse. And here's our tracks.
Traces. Let's take a closer look.
This again.
Nothing interesting
here. Oh my
here.
god.
Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here.
Hitting me with this.
Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here. The distance between the tracks is about 6 feet 7 inches. The vehicle would have been heavy, as these tracks are quite deep. These traces are relatively fresh and were made by a large truck loaded with materials. The traces found at the disassembled shed near Evesham and at the lake were from the same vehicle.
Okay. Let's go talk to the station master. Ask him if he knows anything about it.
It appears that there was a small warehouse near your station, and that it was disassembled. Why is that?
It was burgled overnight about 2 weeks ago. The police have already started their investigation, but I doubt that they'll find anything.
What was inside the warehouse?
Nothing of value. A few 100 feet of standby rails and some spare railway parts. But it wouldn't be easy to steal all of that. Why would anyone want to?
See you later, my good man.
Okay. Somebody stole the rails to temporarily cover the missing section of the railway then where did the sections go? These things don't just disappear. Alright. So into the mines or into the quarry. I'm gonna go... I just want to find all of the conclusions so that I can evaluate them. And this means the Mexicans drowned the Chileans. But if I go missed Chesterfield and into the mines and cannot be sunk, then that gets me to the other oh, I thought it would get me to the other conclusion. Would I have to also do this? I'm trying to discover all of the possible conclusions. There we go. And then Robinson is a swindler. With the aid of his minions, he sealed the train in his fake machine underneath the collapsed mines and make a fortune from multiple contracts and insurance claim. Okay. So that's... What does the orange signify? Does that signify my current theory? Probably. Alright, so that means that in one, Mexicans drowned the Chileans. Mexicans killed the Chileans and sank the train in a flooded quarry. Mr. Robinson sealed the train. Okay, but I'm not sure necessarily that all of that is necessary. If I say it past Doncaster, for example, and then we clean these up, okay, then it was sabotage. And it was the railway to the quarry. No, still even then. Past Chesterfield. Went to the mines. No, okay, so it has to... These two are mutually exclusive. No, okay. Okay. It's difficult to tell which of these are mutually exclusive. They don't seem to, in some cases, none of the evidence works at all. Chileans were left. So the Chileans are behind this. Robinson's a victim, so he's not involved. The Chileans made the train vanish. Okay, but we have to clear these up too. Use the mines. The Chileans own the mines, so that's fine. Which means that they had to miss Chesterfield. Which means that they had to miss Doncaster. Which means it was an attempt to hide the train, hide the thing. Okay. Chileans stole the prototype. Okay. But we can also say Mexicans did hold a grudge and used the Chileans' mines against them. Okay. Okay. I can't think of any other potential outcomes other than that Robinson. Okay. I think that Robinson may be involved here. I really do. I think... What does this say? It was all about money. Mr. Robinson is a financial swindler. With the aid of his minions, he sealed the train and his fake machine underneath the collapsed mine to make a fortune from multiple contracts and insurance claim. But one of the people he was trying to swindle was the Chileans, because they signed a contract with him too, so I don't think it's this one. It was a carefully planned murder. The Mexicans killed the Chileans and sank the train in a flooded quarry to hide their crime. What evidence do we have of this? We have the placard we found at the beach for Los... what was it? Zapas? We have the guy at Doncaster Station, but why would he still be there? If they were behind the murder, why would he still be there waiting? And who would he be waiting for? He admitted that he was waiting for the Chileans, hoping that they would turn up. So he seems unaware of the murder. Same thing with this conclusion. Whether it was the quarry or otherwise, why would he still be there? Chileans stole the prototype and sealed the train underneath the collapsed mines to hide their crime. The problem with this is that I don't have really any evidence on the Chileans themselves. I didn't see, like, for example, anything at the mine that they may have left behind to indicate that they were alive at the time. I haven't really seen anything on them at all. They have left no evidence behind if they are indeed behind this. So I would be choosing this purely out of a lack of evidence. Like, it's the only theory without supporting evidence, but it's also the only theory without exculpatory evidence, without any reason to discount it. And that's generally a bad idea. That's not really a very strong theory. So all I know now is that they're gone, and I have no evidence that they are, that they have done anything after they disappeared. Of the theories that does have supporting evidence, that would discount Robinson as well, because if there was evidence that he was working with the Mexicans, yeah, it can't be this one. Which means it has to be one of the other two theories, that the Mexicans did kill the Chileans. But this is another weak theory. Because, again, the evidence that supports it is there, but it's not very conclusive. In the case of the Mexicans sealed and the Chileans, I don't really have any evidence of that. I do have only one clue that the Mexicans drowned the Chileans, which is the plaque that was there, which means that they somehow loaded the train up on a barge and then somehow dumped it into the water. Which means that, oh my god, which means that they did it after they flooded the quarry. Why wouldn't you just build rails to the edge of the quarry, send the goddamn train over the edge, and then flood it? It doesn't make any sense. That's a stupid Looney Tunes plan. Like, literally, like, Wile E. Coyote levels of planning. but it's also the only one that's supported by any evidence. This has evidence against it because if he was working with the Chileans, he was also defrauding them. The Chileans stealing the prototype from Robinson makes sense, except there's no evidence that they have done anything after. There's the collapsed mine, but there's no evidence that they are responsible for that. We haven't seen the Chileans were traveling and they had these crates of explosives or something like that. We don't have anything like that. And the Mexicans sticking around at Doncaster Station, waiting for them to turn up. Am I to believe that the Mexicans as a group, whatever this group happens to be, planned this heist, planned this murder, flooded a quarry but didn't bother to tell this guy, and this guy didn't happen to notice that the quarry outside filled with water? This doesn't make any sense. None of these theories are good. Is there another theory? Okay. I'm just gonna pick the only one that has any evidence, but honestly I'm disappointed in all of them. This is the only one that has evidence, but it's really weak. Really, really weak. The Mexicans' inhumanity towards the Chileans cost many lives. We must act quickly, contact Lestrade, and allow the police to perform their loud and swift justice, even at the risk of international conflict. A criminal organization such as this cannot be confronted directly. It requires a delicate approach. Give Mycroft the chance to resolve the conflict, even though it might be protracted, and turn to his own advantage. What the fuck is Lestrade gonna do about it? Lestrade, a detective with Scotland Yard in London, is going to come out here to Nottingham. He's going to investigate these foreign nationals. A fraud case, potential murder case. I don't see that really happening. I don't think that giving Mycroft this information is the right thing to do, because I believe Mycroft is an opportunist and will absolutely not resolve this in a way that speaks to justice. But I also think that this is way out of Lestrade's pay grade. I think that this is way beyond what he's capable of. I think that an international answer, I'm just going to go with this. I don't like either of these moral choices. Neither of them are my actual moral choice.
Then the case is solved, Holmes. What do you intend to do?
Well, I shall require assistance for the arrests. There were accomplices.
Ah, but I know that look. You have your own ideas. What are they, Holmes?
On the one hand, we have the local constabulary and advice from our friend Lestrade. The problem we have there is that the authorities seem to be incapable of acting quietly. They rely on brute force. It could result in an international scandal.
Yeah, I don't care about
Our
that.
other option is Brother Mycroft and his tedious political games. He will locate the guilty parties without any trouble, but it will be a long and drawn-out process, and possibly with some compromise that will be to Mycroft's benefit. But I think I'd prefer to give Mycroft a chance. We should overlook our personal differences on this occasion.
Let us go home, then. I'd like to begin writing a draft of this story.
I did not say that we had finished here yet.
Well, all right. What did I miss?
Watson, we know that the Barkazas Company directors were drowned in the flooded quarry, along with the train and Robinson's prototype. But we still need to corner the guilty party.
But how do you intend to prove... Oh, no. Please don't tell me we have to dive into the lake.
You may rest assured that I have a far better idea. We have only to use our corrupt Doncaster station master as bait. He will unwittingly trap our Mexican friend.
Of course, you already had a plan. I shall follow you, Holmes.
Well, the case is solved, and we shall be heading home. May we have 2 tickets to London, please?
Right away. Wait a minute. You've solved the case?
In a manner of speaking, can you believe that the rescue service miraculously saved one of the Chileans who were on board the train? The police have ordered his immediate escort to London on the next train.
He pulled through then? He's alive?
Yes, by extreme good fortune. His condition is quite serious, and the method of transportation has its risk, but he will be held securely by the doctor and police officers. The gentleman carries some vital information on this case. I am sure of it.
Ah, really?
Your station will be famous, Mr. Duff. The journalists will be here before you know it. Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
Gentlemen, you are under arrest.
Caramba! You traitor! You double-crossed me!
Good shot, Watson. I always knew you were a talented marksman.
I didn't want another life lost in this case, Holmes.
Oh my God! I thought I was a dead man.
You shouldn't be so glad about it. You'll be up before the judge.
Your testimony will be of great importance to the investigation. I would remind you that your cooperation will be the best way to ease your sentence. By the way, Watson, would you be so kind as to give me some shooting lessons later on?
Yes, but not in our sitting room, and not with you wearing a blindfold.
Okay. Check conclusion. I found all the clues, and that seemed to be... How is that the I mean, my reasoning was that I was the only one with evidence, so I suppose. But still, it's I'm unhappy with that. I am unhappy with that result, but I guess it is what it is. Okay, well, that's the second case done. I'm gonna push forward. We're gonna do this whole thing. I don't know how many cases there are, but that's at least 2 down, and we'll see you on the next one. Until then, have a good day. Take care, and we'll see you next time.